Vladimir Putin has just made a stunning announcement. He claims he will stop the war in Ukraine. This declaration follows an unexpected 2-hour phone call with Donald Trump, raising eyebrows and hopes around the globe. Is this the moment we've all been waiting for? Or just another twist in a long, complicated saga? Since Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022, the conflict has resulted in unimaginable devastation. Hundreds of thousands have lost their lives, millions have been displaced, and the fighting has persisted despite international sanctions and numerous failed peace talks. But on May 19, 2025, the diplomatic landscape shifted when Trump reached out to Putin. During their conversation, Trump told reporters that both Russia and Ukraine would immediately begin negotiations toward a ceasefire, and more importantly, a permanent end to the war. He emphasized that the world has had enough of the destruction and that it's time for peace. The Kremlin responded, indicating that Putin was open to discussing terms, but he also made it clear that the root causes of the conflict must be addressed. This suggests that Russia might still demand significant concessions from Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky wasted no time in responding. He welcomed the idea of a ceasefire and expressed his willingness to meet Putin in a neutral location to discuss peace. However, Zelensky also urged the international community to apply pressure on Russia to ensure that any negotiations are genuine and not just a ploy. The stakes are incredibly high. If these talks succeed, it could mark the most significant breakthrough since the war began. Yet, Putin has laid out conditions that include Ukraine's neutrality, the withdrawal of NATO forces from Eastern Europe, and the recognition of Russian control over disputed territories. Analysts warn that these demands are precisely why previous peace talks have faltered. If Putin remains inflexible, the conflict may continue, or even escalate. So, why is Trump involved in this situation? As the victor of the 2024 US election, he had previously promised to end the war in just 24 hours. While that didn't materialize, he now seems to be positioning himself as a global peacemaker. Supporters hail this as bold diplomacy, while critics argue it's merely a theatrical move. The global response has been mixed. China has praised the call as a positive step, while European leaders remain skeptical, cautioning against trusting Putin without solid guarantees. The United Nations welcomed any efforts toward peace, but stressed the need for immediate humanitarian corridors. The question remains, will Putin truly stop the war, or is this just another diplomatic illusion? The coming weeks are crucial, not only for Ukraine's future, but for global stability as a whole. The world is watching closely, and every development could have far-reaching implications.